pretty tough because he just won the New England Arcadian, and I had to play him in losers round 2 of the tournament.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That was a crazy Marth killer. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm not gonna
you're
lie.
Not streaming.
Oh,
Sorry.
fuck, my bad. No, my bad. Yeah, I was just watching. You got like an insane Marth killer here, like a second ago, like just got around the shield. I was just like, what the fuck? Oh my god. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of like brain fried a little bit on Fox Marth right now. I'm like struggling to deal with downholding a lot against him. Downholding and like the instant air mix up without like throwing it all away. So I'll keep an eye and see if that's like at all something you're struggling with too. But I'm kind of thinking it might be more like spacing related.
Yeah.
Because like one of the things that I think is hard about FD that like kind of feeling like a little bit of like I've always heard for years that Marth really struggles with spacing in the sense that like if you want to be good with him, you have to like just constantly stay at one little spacing, and that one spacing is hard to maintain. And I've always thought like that's like really oversimplifying it. But the more I'm like watching little interactions, I'm like, oh dude, like maybe I see what people mean. Like let me see, there's something on the right side here. Stuff like this, where like you are choosing to like go back in and stay right on top of him and then interact, versus like if he were to like roll through you here, like let's ignore the fact that he landed on top of you because that's like that's just drop thing. Like if you like someone like Zane, he's gonna run away here a little bit, right? And he's gonna do like an extra dash back and then pivot so that there's like a decent gap between. And that is like the hard part because it's like you don't know if Fox is gonna roll here, and then maybe all of a sudden your dash chance is good. So you have to like learn to get a feel for that.
I go through them.
Yeah.
Kind of put myself, and I end up getting down to the edge, which could have been bad.
Right. Well, it's like anything can go bad from here, right? It's like this can be anything now, right? Yeah. So that is like the thing I think I am learning to struggle with, because it's like if you always give him space, then you're not putting on any pressure, and then that's a problem too. So anyway.
Yeah.
Big thing I'm noticing so far is that you're not trying to grab him much at all, which like percent like this really hard if you don't get a grab. Like I would say, I mean, I'm also over exaggerating a little bit, but like when I was like first moved to Toronto and I would play Moki, I was like, damn dude, like I was expecting you to run me over. I was like, you camped the shit out of me, like jokingly, and he's like, yeah man, I mean like I'm at 0%. I just died. Like, I'm not going to run into you and get grabbed. So, like, that is, like, the one thing I have to play around. And then it's up to you to make it hard on me. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Damn. And, like, we were joking because, like, it was just, like, a funny, like, damn, you're just owning me. But, like.
Not what you're expecting. Yeah.
Yeah. But, like, stuff like this is really good where, like, see, this is exactly what I mean. Where, like, you need to play this distance against Fox, right? And like you can still go in and whatever, but like if you just always have a little bit of distance before you make a decision, like
a sword's length away.
Yeah, he can't hit you. And like that wave dash in, wave dash out, like that wouldn't work if you were close to him, right? And then you got to grab off it, and then you got an F smash, and then that could have been a kill. But you got lucky and got reversaled on it. But like even like this wave dash back here is really good, right? And then this dash back here, sure you're in the corner. That sucks, but like because he drops his combo, like a lot of people would try and just like run through him here, and it can work. But if he just does like a back air, or if he does like an up tilt, or like he does a nair in place because he realizes he's dropping the combo, all of a sudden it doesn't work, right? Where it's like even though he's jumping at you, you still have time to get out of there. And like if you had a perfect pivot grab, you could have grabbed him maybe, but that's also the back air is fine too.
That's tough one.
But it's just like. That is what I think is tough, right? If you're always playing to like scrap with him on FD, you're always susceptible to shit like this. Actually, this is like perfect timing. This is what I struggle with a lot right now. People land with an aerial and then they jab, and it's like, that jab isn't even close to you, but it's like because it's just like a little bit out. Like I'm trying to go frame by frame. You're like clearly outside the range of this. You got a little bit of space. You go in, boom, and like it hits you from so far away, because of the way dashback works.
Yeah.
So it's like, that is what I think is like the biggest downfall. This game is unironically what I'm struggling with quite a bit. But it's like, aside from like move choice, aside from like, oh yeah, you probably could have hit harder here, hit a better, because like a lot of your combos were just like kind of unlucky. You drifted a little too far forward, whatever, right? But like this nair that he throws here, you could kill him for it because you did the good dash back. You just needed to get the right spacing on like dash a little bit further and then play neutral from there, right? Now you're like stuck.
Yeah, I do. They'll like, I feel like I get a lot of those situations where the fox will be running at me and then like I just run in at the same time because I'm trying to grab space because I'll be like in the corner.
Yeah, like right here.
They
right?
just also go in. Yeah.
Yeah, and that is what is like tough, right? And it's like why I think the like there is a right spacing you want to play against Fox line, as much as I like didn't believe in it for a long time. I do think it's kind of true, because it's like let's just leave it here and talk about it for a second. You see my mouse, right?
Yeah.
Right. Like, okay, so if you dash, right, you get to like here, he dashes, he also gets to there because like he's faster, you go further, like whatever, right? You'll meet in the middle, but then because you guys are on top of each other in the middle, he has the advantage, right? It's only if you were to do something preemptively, almost like a read, and like wave dash at a slight, like a less far angle, then you could down tilt, then you could poke at him maybe. But it's like if he just like runs at you and nairs, like all of a sudden that's not good, right? So like there's no,
a lot of time I get drilled.
Yeah, right? Like either way, like he nairs you, he drills you, he's gonna jump over the down tilt, is what I'm saying, right? With a short hop. Or like some people will even just like full hop and then they don't like commit to like hitting you, but they'll just full hop in the air, see the down tilt, and then double jump back. And it's like that can sometimes be awkward depending on which way they're facing when you're chasing them down, right? Like you don't want to get hit by like a back air or something. So it's like this is actually an awkward distance to play. And I think what I am learning to accept, sorry, there's like something in my throat. What I'm learning to accept is the way Marth wins this situation is by like a controlled tight dash dance, which is like difficult because then it means like, well, that means you're going to take forever to get across the stage. But in reality, that's not actually how it's going to play out in like an 8-minute game of Melee where Fox is like super fast, whatever. But like the answer is, I'm starting to realize, I think you kind of just can't do a full dash forward at Fox a lot of the time.
Yeah.
When it even though he's like far away. Do you know what I mean? Like you kind of got to do like a little baby one and then you dash back a little and then you're like, you start your dash dance again. You just slowly like, do you ever see those like movement drills where people like dash dance across the stage? That I think that's what Marth actually is like looking to do to approach, is what I'm getting at. And then once you're at that good spacing, which is probably something like here, ideally
like that up smash is ass. Like what did he up smash and I just run into it?
Yeah, exactly, right? And it's like it's brutal, but I think it's because most Marths, truthfully, and like myself included, I'm guilty of it. A lot of Marths are not that good at approaching because the way you do it isn't as intuitive as it is with like Fox, where you're like you just hold forward, press jump and A, right? Like you do whatever.
Yeah, one thing I have been thinking about, just like in general, for playing Marth, is trying to get more of like playing the neutral so that I can force people to come into my space, like baiting them more into my space.
That is really good.
That's why I struggle on FD, I think, because the spacing has to be so tight.
I also think, like, for what it's worth, some characters, that is a better strategy than others, right? Yeah. Like, when I think of, like, Foxes who dash dance camp, I think if you're chasing him all the time, it feels impossible, right? Because then they just, like, dash dance camp and whiff punish you. But if you, like, play this thing we're talking about where you, like, inch your way closer, and let's say he's just going to dash dance camp, so you guys keep going, you keep going, you keep going, he's going to have himself in the corner eventually. Do you see what I mean? Yeah. Like, you dash dance forward and you just keep moving to the left, and then he's running away from you, so he keeps moving to the left, and then all of a sudden he's like in the corner over here, right? And then the playing for your space stuff works pretty well. But I also think it's Fox, and you can't just like once you got him, you win kind of thing, versus like maybe how that would feel against like Luigi or something, you know, or like Sheik is also another good character at that. I actually think Sheik is the character that does that strategy to Marth really bad, where like she forces you into her space, you know? very rare you get like rushed down by a Sheik. It's more like she stands in front of you, you can't get past her, and then you get hit by something.
Yeah.
You know? The other thing I was gonna say about that like idea, I guess, about getting them into your space. I think it's like you're up here, sorry. I'm just waiting for we get back to that spot. I'm sorry, but the other thing I was gonna say was like
You're good.
spots like this, down tilt is also particularly strong, right? So let's say not spots like this, sorry, but like let's say this is like your starting problem, right? Like how are you gonna get in on Fox here, or how are you gonna get a hit? Like, and I just want to clarify the reason why I'm talking about grabs and like getting safe hits so much against him is because like if you are gonna hit him with like a nair, you get nothing off of it, right? And even still, like approaching with a nair, you're more likely to get hit for doing it, right? Because like all the good spacing that you get from like walling someone out with nair is gone. Like they can just back air you, they can up tilt it, they can up smash it. Like it kind of sucks to approach with an air. Not to get into that, but like, so if you approach with a forward air, you get downhilled against, and they'll like up tilt or grab you or shine you or whatever. And like if you miss, you're stuck in the air for a really long time, or you can't protect yourself as easily because you're drifting forward. So it's like you really have down tilt, which moving forward with a down tilt isn't good, and grab. So my take is, I do think you're right that like if you think they're gonna go in to like play at a spot like this, I don't think anybody's restricted, right? Like if we were to put platforms here, and one up here, this is just like neutral and battlefield, right? Which is like hard to see on FD sometimes. But I think if you have him in the corner, I think down tilt gets particularly strong if you just like do it in place. I think run up grab gets pretty good. I think pivot grab gets pretty good. And I think retreating aerials also work. Like you could do like a retreating fair. But then you're giving up space, right? So it's like, is that what you want against like a dash dance campy Fox? I don't know. So I think the answer is, or like what I would recommend is like you kind of have to get a feel for both those types of play styles, where it's like you have to know like when doing the play for them to come into you is good and when you have to inch your way forward. And like this example, I think is like
depending on like if they're kind of been positioning to move into me, or if it,
or even if they just have the room to like to do it, you know, like and then here this is just like double jump above stage, right? Like here, boom, dead. But like all like you're at 0%, he's at 0%. You get caught with the forward air, which again, like I said, like he just can hit you for doing it approaching, which sucks. This is a juggle. You know, Marth sucks off the ledge, and then boom, that's like the game. So like really, if I'm gonna like watch this stock back, like if just for myself, right? Like if I play this stock right now, I have to watch this and be like, okay, that was a bad approach, but like, you know, whatever. But then I really watch the rest of it, and I'm like, okay, well, you got the right thing here, and you get to ledge, like you're safe, you don't like overexpose yourself. Here, you're just a little bit off. You could have like, and this is like a tech. Marth players actually do have to practice getting off the ledge in general, but it's like, okay, sure, you live, and you fucked up once and you're dead, right? So really, there's two mistakes here. I'm not gonna harp you on you for not having perfect invincibility, because like you almost did the exact perfect right thing. This is a mistake, which like we already know about that one. And this is the other mistake, which is like so brutal because it's like, how can you possibly know? But it's like, that's kind of why we're talking about it, I think. It's because like this is where it's really bad. The full dash in. Because he gets there first, right? Even though Marth has the bigger dash, like he's faster. So
yeah, I think I do end up on FD, especially getting into those spots a lot where I like want to get the stage and then I just like get preemptively hit, or they come in at the same time and will hit me with like a drill or whatever.
It's just so hard because like, okay, I'm gonna see if I can pause at the right time when you dash. I can just go frame by frame actually. Okay, right here, right? Obviously he's charging up smash already, but it's like, it's so preemptive, right? And it's like, have we talked about like unreactable approaches before? Is this something we've talked about at all?
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, this is a perfect range for that, right? If he's going in with like a read up smash and you go in with a dash attack here, your dash attack will win, right? That's just like, you could play the unreactable range, but let's say, like, oh, even just what the situation is, like you are down, it's at 0%, you are likely to get reversaled if you do an approach. You have to play the room in between, right? But let's say he doesn't do the up smash and you're choosing, because you can't react, right? At this distance, you can't react to what they're doing unless they already do something. Like you react to like the end of it. If you choose to play the room in between, and let's say this fox is like super patient and doesn't rip something, all you're doing now is just dash dancing in the corner, right? And like you're still playing that unreactable range. So at a certain point, and this is where I struggle with a lot, and like something I just need to like play more and get better at and think about. And also, granted, you can be aware of the option, but it's important just to like realize what they're doing, right? Like there's nothing wrong with ripping the dash attack against this guy because he is just doing the up smash, right? But other foxes you might run into, they may just dash dance camp and do, like, have you ever played a Falco that just shoots lasers here over and over if you're on the ledge, and then like the second you roll in, you just get down aired or back aired or whatever. They just cover this one space. It's a very similar thing here, right? Where it's like sometimes you have to realize like they have the center stage. You can't just force your way in, you know? And so you have to like stay here a little bit. Or sometimes you have a read that they're going to go in and overextend. You run right through them. And you just have to like full send it and believe that like your run through is the right thing to do there, you know? Or sometimes you have to know that they're going to try and make the attack in place here. And then you just have to, again, just like the run through, believe that they're going to do that. And you just rip a dash attack. And that is what is like so particularly brutal, I think, about FD sometimes, is like if you don't have the center stage, it can be really tough, right? But also, maybe you just like call it like it's I think every Marth maximizes the like do an aerial in place, dash back, get a grab on a fox that runs at you here, because it's like it's baiting 101 with a move, right? You do like a nair, you dash back grab, right? But the rest of it, it's the same idea as like you whiff punish them, dash back grab, except you're just whiff punishing for the stage. Does that make sense? And like you're not whiffing with a move. You just have to make some kind of read that like they're gonna go in. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, like what do you see when you see this situation? Like what's going through your mind about like what you should do here?
I mean, I would like want to be in a spot where I could react and grab the up smash, like after I see it come out.
Yeah, which I think you are, right? Like if you weren't, like here you're like, this is like frame 1 or 2 of you starting up a dash, right? Like you're going to dash here, but like sure, if you were standing still, you definitely could, right? So it's like, do you think the answer then is just stand still all the time? I think that makes it pretty hard, you know, but like it's not terrible, because it's like, well, maybe you could react to him running at you. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like if neither of you were moving like, here and you're just standing still,
in place or something.
Yeah, you could, or you could like pivot or wave dash down, do an aerial. Like at a distance, like if you do an aerial at this distance, he can't punish you, right? So like, you can still react while you're doing the aerial, you know. But it's like the stand still or the pivot is just so good because like you can act instantly versus like waiting until your aerial's done moving. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that is like a strength of Marth's, that like he does control the space in front of him really, really well if he's standing still, and it is hard for someone to get in. But also, if they choose to never just get in and like they just play this like, well, I'm going to dash back actually, or I'm going to go in, and they just cover a range like this, it's pretty hard for him to like approach. Do you see what I'm saying? So he does end up having to play a more like defensive style or go all or nothing on the approach. Do you see what I mean? Like, actually, here, I have a pretty good DM for this, actually. Here. This is the same thing we're talking about, actually. This same diagram, right? Where it's like, you could nair at this up smash from here, right? You could do an approaching attack, but because you're scared of him, like, reversing you at 0, probably not that great, right? So, really, you have, like, run up and grab it, which, like, here, I can do this, and that maybe paints a better picture, right? You can see?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can run up and grab it, and like that can work if you have the good dash stance on it. You could rip a dash attack or like a wave dash F smash, probably, if the distance you're at, and that would work. Or you could just stay back and do nothing. And like if you stay back and do nothing, he has to go past his dash animation and go into run to hit you from here. Do you see what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So like rather than shoot, I missed it here. Sorry. I literally pressed the wrong button. Rather than right here after you jump, right? If you dash back here, even just like a little pivot back, right? Say like a little pivot here, he goes in run here versus like his dash, right?
Yeah.
And this is likely why he's actually doing the jump cancel up smash, is because he's in run, right? Not because he thinks you're going to go into this exact space specifically. And it's probably why you go and chase him anyway, because like he is probably likely to dash back because he goes into run here.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like that is what is tricky about the space here when you have the in-between range, is like at this point he could crouch and just turn around. So like let's ignore the fact that he's in run, truthfully. At a distance like this, or let's just look at this picture, everything here is unreactable. And this is where you have to make like keep an eye on like what is it that people do. And like this is why HBox was like super strong before he played Zane, right? Because like what Zane would do in this spot is he would pay attention to like, oh, HBox just pounds every time based on this percent. Oh, at higher percents, HBox is just fishing for like up tilt or like a grab and or like a back air or something, you know? But like he would know like every time there's like a kind of memeable one that he still does it to this day, which is pretty bad. But like anytime he's at like 10%, he fishes for pound like so unbelievably hard against Zane. Because if he hits it, like he could probably kill him for it, right? But if he doesn't, Zane hits him pretty hard back for it, you know? So it's a similar idea where it's like a lot of the time, because you play this spot so often, like you probably ran into this spacing a million times in this game, right?
Yeah.
You kind of have to pay attention to like what is it that they like to do, because otherwise, like if you're just expecting to know what's going to happen in neutral, it's not going to happen. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm trying to get better at it. Like, I don't know, digesting people's habits, I guess. Like,
yeah, and it's like sometimes you can only hold on to just one, you know, and that's like that is what it is. But that's how I feel about it. It's like sometimes you only get one or you get a couple, but the main thing again is just like learning to control Marth, right? Like here it is, beginning of the game, the exact same spacing, right? Like you could dash attack, but the difference here, I think, which is like really tough, is like you get the wave dash back, you have this good spacing here, you jump, and just kind of nothing here, right? So like whatever, let's try it again. Same spacing, you go in, you go for a down tilt, like, and again, like you're not.
And I think I do go for those. I do like a bad approaching down tilt, I think, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially on FD.
But like, do you get what I'm saying? Is like once this space is happening, like you're not reacting and doing this down tilt here. You've decided so early that you're gonna do the down tilt, right? So it's like what you're paying attention to when you're playing is like, okay, I ran forward here. He did a running shine. Here, he did a running drill. And like that's the info you have to make a decision next time it happens, right? So like, you're scrapping. Okay, we're at that spot again. What is he gonna do? He's running up smash. So he's doing like a lot of just like run in, and he's going in every time you guys are at that spacing, right? So now it's like, okay, you have information. Let's take the moves out of it. He's going in every time because you're just vibes basing it when you play.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, okay, he's running in. I'm gonna do like a
move every time.
I'm gonna do like what beats all those? Probably like retreating nair or like nair in place, right? Or like F smash or down tilt. All of those can beat it, right? Or you can meet him preemptively. Like here where he gets the up smash on you. If you weren't in F smash leg, obviously. Before he gets this F smash out, when he starts dashing, if you know he's going to go in at this spacing, you can just run up, grab him, right? And that is what's hard about Marth, I think. Is knowing like how to do these. Like, I'll show you an example. I played someone today in the bracket. Wasn't working when I was playing this. I just got shit on. But like this is Ultra. I don't know like what region they're from or who they are or literally anything other
I
than
don't
like a
know.
Netplay grinder, but they were really good at this, I thought. Um, and like obviously I'm gonna drop punishes here and there, but like okay, same position, right? So I'm dash dancing here. I'm trying to weave my way in, whatever. But at a certain point, I just give it up and I just go in, and I'm going in
Yeah,
and going
and you
in,
do that. That's
right?
fair.
Which is not good. But like the difference is right. Like when I'm playing this distance, I'm weaving in, and then I do like I'm just committing, right? I'm not reacting here. I'm just going in, and then he just whiff punishes me with good defense after. I know I don't hit Eddie kills on this game, so that's I'm just waiting for the space to happen, right? And if do I drop this? Yeah, okay. What I was gonna say
Yeah,
is if he
that's a
makes
tough
it
one.
back onto stage, let's see if yeah, his punish game is really good.
Oh, nice.
Okay, here, right? I go right back in, same down tilt. He just
Yeah,
shields it again, right? There's
yeah, that
no
is like the same down tilt pretty much.
yeah, but it's like there's no waving my way in. It's just straight in dashing, right? Because I'm assuming he's gonna run me down, right? So same one here. I'm like, okay, he's going in. This time I'm gonna run up, grab him, just unreactable, right? Go for it. He dashes away. I retreat with a down air, which wasn't good. If I did a nair, I probably could have punished him. But like, the idea is like I'm just resetting to that spacing again, right? And then I can at least play. I did a bad move, so like, bad execution on my end. But that is like the idea. I mean, I could coach you on your punish game if you want. Like, be like, oh yeah, you should have up aired or probably forward aired here in your chain grab. Which like if that's helpful. But I think like FD in particular, it is mostly neutral, and like the rest, you can
Yeah,
just
that's the
Google
thing.
for Uncle
Yeah,
Punch.
I'm like, yeah, I know. I should get the chain grab, but like,
It's hard.
shouldn't
Like
drop the chain grab. Yeah,
I'm with you though. Like it is tough, and like it feels stupid because it's like, oh, the chain grab is free. It's not free at all. That's just it's free in the sense that like Fox needs a couple interactions. You may only need one. That's like the most free it
yeah,
gets. Otherwise, it's actually pretty hard. Like the Pikachu chain grab is free on Fox.
yeah. I feel like people who don't play Marth think that it's so easy to
Yeah.
chain grab spacies.
The other thing too is like some people who don't play Marth, like to be fair, a lot of Marth players don't have the best defense against Marth, so they can just like switch to Marth and clown on the Marth players.
Yeah,
Which is like, that's a whole other thing, but that's kind of the idea of what I'm trying to point out to you here.
yeah. FD is fucking tough.
It is. No,
I'm
it's
like, I want
genuinely
to get.
hard.
Yeah, like I played at Sunset. I played against IOA, and you know, I win on Stadium, then I lose on Stadium, and then I go to FD, I lose it on FD,
Hmm.
and I'm like, well, shit. I mean, I want to fucking go back. Like,
Yeah, no,
I should be winning here.
that's
Like, what should
like
I do? Just,
I literally have the same thing. Like I fucking lost twice, and I'm like, ah, shoot. Um,
yeah,
the other thing I think, which is like a tough preconception, like, I mean, I can at least say just from like experience, right? My general take is like, it is very rare you see a Fox actually be like use the rushdown style that they would maybe use on like Yoshi's or Stadium or like Fountain, right? Like they're not actually very often in your face. It's pretty common you'll actually see people run away and generally be pretty defensive for neutral at first,
mm-hmm.
right? On
Yeah,
FD. And that is where it gets like especially tough with like the full dash in thing we were talking about, because it's like, and this is why Zane has like one of the reasons Zane has like Fox as his number one on the tier list now versus like before we used to have it. Cody in particular is like extremely good at playing this range. To be fair, he also is buffed because he has his Z jump there, but that's another thing. He's also
yeah,
just freakishly good at playing this range now, right? Like it's something he's been practicing for years now. Um, and the biggest strength that Fox has that Marth doesn't have in this matchup, IMO, is like at any point, Fox can switch it up on a whim and just like full
mm-hmm.
send in. And like he gets rewarded super hard for that. Always, right? If he gets a
Yeah,
shine, he gets like shine up smash, shine grab, like, Drill's really good, grab's really good, nair's really good. Like Fox doesn't really have bad moves, you know. So it's like anytime he does get a hit on you for like making his way in, it's pretty brutal. But from the Marth's perspective, it's like if he's not going in, you kind of have to give him space to go in. Do you know what I mean? Or chase him down yourself. Which is like it's pretty tough. Like I'm not trying to make the game seem so like binary or like, you know, like simple. But I mean, like, if I'm not like breaking down the frame data and going frame by frame, and like, yeah, you could have maybe dashed back here, you know, like it's pretty tough. Like you do just the answer is really just stay grounded and move really well, which is like annoying, but that's kind of what it is sometimes, you know. One thing I will say that I think you do something pretty good that I'm not currently, that I liked to see was at moments you were mixing in stuff like wave dash back, which I thought was pretty good. Like there was a moment.
I'm just like a serial wave dasher. I'm trying to know when to dash dance more.
Well, I think what you do that's pretty good, and I'll point it out because I remember it happening on the left side, but yeah, that was that freakish Marth killer. I was like, holy shit, that was goated. One thing I think you did that was pretty good, playing around them at that range where like you're playing in that unreactable range, but just keeping good spacing was it like right here, I think? Yeah, right here. You mixed in wave dash back, which I think is really good, actually. I think wave dash back for Marth is really strong. I think wave dash forward is pretty weak, actually. Because wave dash forward has every problem that like jumping forward with an aerial has, right? Plus like 10 frames of lag that you're in for actually moving within the wave dash. Wave dash back though actually is really good for Marth because unlike something like let's do this. This might help with the whole range thing we were talking about. Okay. I thought you did really good.
I think because one thing is I will be like, oh, I don't want to be facing away from them because then if they get close enough, they can just kind of keep chasing me, and it's like
exactly.
I either have to turn around and try to pivot grab them, or just like keep running.
Which is also like really shitty because like then they can bait out the pivot grab and then super punish you, right? So like no, you're totally hitting it nail on the head right now. This is why Marth wave dash back is really good. You dash forward and you take up the same amount of distance because Marth's dash dance and wave dash back are really long, but you have you're facing them still. But what's really good, you're fully actionable at this point, right? Mm-hmm. Where this gets like really tough is fighting with dash dance momentum, which is again just like you have to be good at using characters' movement, which is like for Marth, I do think learning to just move on the ground with him is like the most important thing you can learn as a character for like tech skill with him. Because like if you dash forward right now, you don't get your actual full dash momentum. You know, like you kind of get that backwards one. But if you dash back for one frame, dash back the next, you get full dash momentum, right? Yeah. So some people will do like dash back, wave dash forward, and then turn around. You know, because it's fine to like, if you were to dash this way, wave dash this way, like dash for one frame, wave dash this way, and then dash out of it while you're wave dash back, you get full dash momentum still, right? Mm-hmm. But this one is still also good because again, you are standing still. Well, like you're jumping here, but you're standing still perfectly straight, so you could poke him. You could probably get just a little bit of a wave dash forward grab. You could S smash him, you could nair him, you could forward air, whatever. And then you don't have that problem of keeping your back face to him, you know? Mm-hmm. And like, this should hit if you fast fell. Yeah, there we go. This is perfect, right? And then from this, you got a tech chase, and then, you know, like, the S smash, I remember you got like a reverse back air. But this was like genuinely perfectly played, I think, the wave dash back here. And this is all in that space we were talking about before of like, there isn't really like a good way to approach him here, you know? The answer for Marth is actually you play kind of defensive and bait him a little bit. And if nothing happens, like nothing happens. You're just back in that range, whatever. But if you can't always just play the defensive style because then, you know, Fox will just run you down. So that's why you also need to have this, which is like the overextension, right? But like this actually is like this was really really good, I thought. And then everything after here is just punish game, you know. And that is what's like tough about there.
Yeah.
That's just what's like tough about Marth Fox on FD, and like that it's just the truth that like you don't approach Fox the same way he approaches you, right? Like you do control the space in front of the two of you always, and that's what's hard, I think, because it's hard to see it all in real time. But like here, you clearly have like the idea of like the range he can jump at you, right? Like this is a perfect way dash back again, right? And what's really good about it, you also dealt with a thing that I struggle with a lot too, which is the nair forward into jab. You know, because you were jumped over it, and then if you fast fell here and he wasn't invincible, like this is perfect.
Yeah.
But like,
and then after that, I like feel like I stay a little too close. Like, see, I do
you just jump, go right into him.
Back
yeah.
To,
But it's like this is exactly what I was talking about. It's like, do you remember I was saying earlier? Like, if you play the style of like I'm gonna make him come into me. The Fox is doing this. The Fox is doing their version of controlling the stage here, right? Where they like chase you down, put you into the corner. And now from their perspective, their goal is make you come to them, right? Or stuff you out. Do you see what I'm saying? Like either it's make you dash through them or like try and hit them, which, you know, they have a million ways to deal with that. Or it's keep you in the corner. Most Foxes, though, because of like the history of Mewtwo King and Melee, whatever, they're probably gonna play the more like keep you into them, right? Come into me. So the fact that you just like instantly dash through, really good. But then this is what they want, right? Like they are looking the most. They instantly are chasing you down the second, right? They're not like staying here fishing. They're going right back in there. So that's why the Wii dash back I think is like particularly tough, just because they're like predisposed already to be like a center stage only character. Modern like top Foxes I think are actually really really good at playing the corner, and that's where they want you, but like this is still what they'll default to because they have like Marth PTSD, you know. So yeah, I think the dash through here was really good. On the flip side though, if you think they're gonna just cover that space, that's when just staying there and, you know, taking your time isn't too bad either, as long as you have a little bit of room to do like a dash back, you know.
Okay.
But yeah, like here, I think that's the this is the same interaction, but different time it happened. Yeah. That same distance, right? He just run up smashes you.
So he did do it earlier.
Yeah. But I don't think he's doing it because he has a read on like your dash in here. I think he's doing it the second he gets out of dash, right? Because watch his inputs. Like he lands from a laser, dashes forward, and just does it immediately at the end of his dash, you know? Like he might be reacting to you going in, but honestly, like you could put up your shield here, and then all of a sudden, like his super amazing read is just terrible, right? So, but even still, like I still think this is a good spot for Fox, and one you don't want to be this close to, because it's like he could just grab here, and then now grab beats everything, and you know, and like
and I'm like taking an up air or whatever. Yeah,
or like even like what you were saying earlier, like you dash back and then you have your back facing to him, and then he just like run up and like keeps running and down tilts you, like right, like catches you dash dancing now. So that's why it's just so important. Like you got to keep that space first before like anything happens.
I think what ends up happening is I'll like get closer and, you know, I'll want to be at that space, but then because they're also moving, then I just end up being closer than I want to be without
for sure.
Like, thinking about it.
Which is why I think like like this here too. Like this is cracked actually. This looks like Zane for a minute. Like this is just so unbelievably good. Not the fact that you did the wave dash forward so much into it, but like this is really good because it's like, how is he going to approach you from a spacing like this? If he does like a nair or he does like a drill from the spacing, like you can pretty easily reactively just hit him, right? Like the wave dash forward here didn't have to be another wave dash back forward. It could have just been a dash or an S smash or whatever, right? but you're just controlling the space in front of him. And that is what I think is like tough, where it's like most players, when they're playing a spot like this, they're just going to do it by like dashing and getting on top of him, right? But Marth can't really. Like his only move where he hits you up close is grab. So it's like, yeah, that was actually the wave dash thing I was looking for before. But I was just this like really, really good dash forward, wave dash back is super, super good. Like you double baited him here. He threw out the first back air thinking you'd get into him after this full hop. He threw this out here, you wave dash back, and then you caught him on whiff lag, like whiff punish lag. Got a tech chase. Like you actually shit on him here. That was actually like top level melee for a minute. But yeah, so like that is where it gets tough. And then like this is what most Marths look like. It's what you do right after. Get back in this distance and you start swinging with instant forward. Like, and I'm guilty. Like I looked like this today, But like this is where it's like actually hard, right? And like where it's not as bad for Fox if you play it this way. You do want to play the more grounded looking style like this.
Yeah, I'm trying to not do as many like fairs and stuff because I always get punished for it. At least at ones like that, like the kind of shitty ones.
And it's like that's where it's like really tricky for me, I think, like trying to like learn like, okay, next blocks I play, they're gonna look completely different on the ground. I'm not gonna do forward air this time. And then it's like, well shoot, maybe forward air is actually not so bad, right? Like the main problem is like just kind of having a vibe feel for like what is approaching with Marth actually look like,
And it's not
easy
on FD.
Well, it's just even like not jumping, right? Like it's like having like a very grounded. You can use wave dashes, you can use dash dance, but like the times you're jumping, you're either baiting them with like a tomahawk or you're you like have a hard read or soft read or whatever that like you're gonna hit them, And that's like really the only time it's ever good to jump with Marth, like or like repositioning for a platform if it's not FD. But that's kind of how I feel about that. Do you want to take a look at another game, or you want to keep talking about this one?
Let me see if I have any other ones. I mean, I have another FD game, but I remember these ones. I feel like I just like shit the bed. I don't know. Can like
look at
them real quick.
I've been trying to watch my shit on the bed games lately. Like I played a tournament. I was like so mad. I went to a tournament this weekend. I drove like an hour for it. Beat Bing, who's like top 50, like Donkey Kong Captain Falcon Taco guy. Beat him, and then I just lost to like local PR Fox player, Eric. Eric's good. Like he's fringe top 100, could be top 100, whatever. But I just get like double four stock by him. I normally beat him, so I'm just that sucks.
It's tough.
So it's like you just gotta watch those back, even if like I just played like shit, whatever. Like you can learn stuff from them. So.
Yeah, this one, we played it twice. So the first one was the first game. This is
they're both FD. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. So I lost like a close one on Battlefield.
Okay.
And then after that, I went to FD twice.
Okay, weird. Yeah, we'll just play them casually.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can already kind of see it.
Off with the down tilt too much.
Yeah. I honestly like my take, and this maybe is hyperbole. I'll just say I don't really love down tilt against Fox. I think down tilt is like particularly strong for stopping grounded approaches, and that is like it, right? So like I know Zane will often say like, "Oh, dude, I'll just start games and spam down tilt and like see what they do after it out of it." And I think that's just because he's playing at like a higher level where people are often just holding down anyway, and he's really good at playing the spacing already. But I think for the average Marth, not to be like, don't copy Zane or whatever, this is tough because it's like, especially with the approaching thing we just talked about, you go all the way into this unreactable range, which like Go doesn't help. But like once you actually hit it too, if you listen to the sound, I don't know if you can hear my sound, but like this isn't a tipper down tilt, right? Which means like if you're playing the type of fog Zane's playing against, they just like CC like try and drill you, CC drill, CC down tilt, CC grab. Like it depends on what character or like what they're doing.
At like the further distances where it's like when they get right out of dash, it could be better. Like if they were dashing at me,
yeah, for sure,
then it stays safe.
Yeah, like this is almost really good, but it's just like it's more often than not because Fox is so fast. This is what a lot of down tilts look like if you do them, especially approaching, right? Like where they're really good is spots where like you know how you hit those wave dash backs and you did like a wave dash forward grab. You could just down tilt there and like weak punish, no reward, but like safe poke. You know, that's when it's really its best is like you just throw it out, and if you think they're gonna be on the ground, like extra strong, or like even right here, this is another good spot for them. Like you land with the aerial here, and then you just run up in his face's grab. You could turn around down tilt, but it's like it's unreactable, right?
Yeah.
So the run up grab, high key, like most matchups, I would say. Where Marth players do down tilts a lot of the time, they should just be doing like a run up grab because like it's the same range. They cover basically the same range, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So that's and then here this nair, this is just like bad approach, right?
Yeah.
In that range.
Yeah, and then I get stuck too.
Yeah. But even still, right? Like it's an approaching nair. You should get punished for this. It's not even like
that was just bad. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and then even doing it, I'm like so close by the time I'm landing.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's not so good. But like here, right? Instead of doing approaching nair this time, you're in that unreactable range. No one's gonna know what happens here, right? You could throw it a down tilt here and stop him, but like you just run up and grab him, right? And it like by the time it's out from like you being here and the grab being here, it almost looks like the same amount of range as a down tilt, right? Except this one also beats crouch cancel and you kill him for it versus like 10%. So my take is like if you really struggle with crouch canceling foxes, down tilt can be good, but most of the time you don't even really need it that much, I think. It's mostly good for like you like dash back or wave dash back, wait a beat, and then just throw it out to stop them from coming in kind of deal. Because it's hard they have to jump over it if they want to beat it. So
yeah.
From a distance, that's when it's really good. But up close, like you're just gonna get crouch canceled. Okay, good forward smash. Okay,
I remember these ones. I have pretty bad punishes for the most part.
This is something you should try and get a little quicker at. When you get like, it doesn't have to be a forward smash, but like let's say like any attack across the stage like this, right? You do the right thing, I think, just really late, where you like try and cover the side B. But I would say like, because the forward smash like ends the combo, like there's no follow up here, right?
Yeah.
Look, so I would just be looking at Fox in a spot like this and be thinking like, okay, what is he gonna do to make it back, right? And what do you think most Foxes do here? I would say instant side B to try and catch you. Do you know what I mean? Like running across the stage or jumping or whatever. So where you jump really late, I would say that this isn't like ideal, right? Like you should jump earlier, but because has his double jump, I think it's good to also, you could also do run across the stage and look for a jab, right? So it's tough. Like I think the biggest problem here is you go for like an F smash here instead of like just a run up grab or like a forward air. Because he doesn't have a double jump. If he didn't have a double jump, the F smash all of a sudden is really good. But like now,
I think I was trying to tipper it and like hoping he would just die,
which is like so fair. But you have to hope that he dies, right? Like he could probably DI it and still live, maybe. So it's like
at this percent probably.
In spots like this where Fox has his double jump, you have to understand like you can't cover both the instant side B and the double jump side B that he does, right? He does that one.
Yeah.
So when you hit them across the stage like this, one thing I was gonna say I think you could probably do a lot better with is be prepared to cover the instant side B first. So that just means like running up in their face and like jabbing or, you know, forward airing or whatever. But then the second you do see them double jump, especially where he's like really high up here, you should short hop and try and just like line yourself up with them. Because if you do that, then you can forward air them on reaction.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever done like the side B forward air on reaction thing?
What do you mean side B forward?
So the idea is like, let's say you hit Fox like all the way over here, right? And then he has
Uh-huh.
to use his double jump to recover, right? Zane never lets someone use their double jump and recover against him, because all he ever does is the second they double jump, he will jump with them, and he lines himself up to always be falling with them. So as Fox,
Oh, yeah.
do you know what I mean? So like if my mouse is Marth and this is Fox, obviously, as this happens, Zane just always is with them, and then the second they side B, he forward airs, and he just does it on reaction. So
Yeah.
the idea is when you hit them across the stage, that's what you're looking for always, is side B, because up B you can cover once it happens, right? But side B is the thing, you have to like hit it on reaction or you don't hit it at all. So look for the instant side B when you're running here. When they double jump, match their height and forward air them. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because this could have, even though it wasn't like ideal, it could have been a kill.
Yeah.
Which is good, but yeah. Okay. So you got your one swing out.
Yeah, see, I'm just like swinging.
Yeah.
In the air.
Well, what I would say, have we talked about invincibility before? Like how you should play it? We get like
I
one
don't
move.
know.
Okay. The TLDR, we could talk about it another time, just because we got 10 minutes. I want to watch these games.
Yeah.
The TLDR is, if you're invincible, you either get one big swing or you get the center stage. You have to pick and choose. But once you do either, like you're just playing again. So here you got your one big swing.
Yeah.
Now you're just playing again. So like the fact that you're still swinging, like it's tough, right?
Yeah.
That is like the rule. If they're invincible, different rules, but we could talk about that another time.
Yeah.
But that's the idea. It's one big swing or you just have the center, which depending on the character, one's better than the other. Okay. Okay, drop your tech chase. That just was an all or nothing read, so
Yeah.
that's tough. Okay, but yeah.
Yeah.
So like, okay,
Air.
dropped. This was a drop here because you didn't go for like a right tech chase, but really the main problem is you go for the nair here.
Yeah.
This was an up air,
Yeah.
like turn around up air, or even turn around up tilt here.
Mhm.
But like right here, this is turn around up air or up tilt.
Yeah.
But I think up air is better personally. So that's one problem.
Okay.
Once you end the combo here, the general rule should be with Marth, honestly, once you end a combo with something like nair, F smash, and up B, those are like your combo enders.
Yeah.
You shouldn't try and swing most of the time. And if you do, like, don't all or nothing it, do like a down tilt, right? This is just tough. Like, you have to know to like do a down tilt here, which isn't great. So like, don't blame me on that. But then this,
Down tilt. Okay.
recognize this range again.
Yeah.
Right? Like, okay, so that's where that is. But again, this is what Fox is kind of predisposed to, right? It's like he's not going to approach you here more often than not. He's just going to cover this range. So sometimes it's really hard because, again, you have to do that micro dash dance. So I usually try and take it slow here, or I just full send dash through him, which like probably would have lost here also to the up smash. But again, that's just the advantage he has of center stage. Okay, so you got it here. And then here, same thing. You hit him off stage. Look for the double jump. You could jump off stage and chase him here because he's so far out he can't grab the ledge. If you jumped and you kept yourself lined up for the ledge or his double jump, like you could forward air him here instead of having to get the down tilt. And then IMO, down tilt and jabs are like really hard to hit because sometimes you do like react and you start doing it, right? But you're just a little bit too off. And then all of a sudden it's a reversal for him, which is brutal. So
okay.
like you can optimize this.
Just go off.
When you hit him off stage, line yourself up for the double jump. If he has the double jump and he's likely to recover, you can still just stay where you are and do the down tilt and jab stuff. That's still good. But this is a checkmate if you're just reacting here. You know what I mean? To like just the double jump.
Yeah.
And because he goes low, this is why I'm trying to talk about this one this time again. Because he went low here and he didn't immediately double jump back or up or whatever, you know he has to use his double jump. Because if he just up B's here, you go down and you just hit him, or you go down and you up B back over, right? So he has to use his double jump here to get like have some height at all. But again, like Zane in that spot, he's just killing him. But even Kadorn's doing it too. Like I say Zane, most top Marths are just killing you there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we get that range. You go in with the dash attack. So every time you're at this range, you're swinging is the main theme here, right? Looking like me today, but that is the problem.
Oh, yeah, and then he just gives me one, and I still don't clean this up.
Okay, here's the spot. Okay, back it off, but you got to hit there, right? And then here you should have just kept dashing, so you got the center. You try to scrap the second you got out of that spot, which like
yeah,
but okay, live. Well, maybe not. Yeah, okay. But so we got time for one more. That is definitely the biggest problem here. So when you're in that range, you're scrapping way too much every time, right?
Yeah.
Which like it's tough because FD is sometimes in a way really binary, right? Like here it is again. This time you wave dash back, which I think the wave dash backs you're doing are really good. I don't want to discredit these at all. I would say the one way I'd optimize them is just when the wave dash back ends, don't go right back in, but you do wave dash back. Yeah. You do wave dash down here. That's also good. You could also just do like the tiniest dash back and then turn around again. Like wave dash back pivot would be like broken actually. But whatever. Like, but then immediately go right back in, right?
Yeah.
It's okay to have these like lulls and just like play for a little while here, right? Like after you get the wave dash back, like just dash dance a little, wave dash back again. Like instead of go back in and let him dash dance camp you, which like doesn't really work for him if you play that way,
Yeah, I remember this just like dropping my chain grabs.
Yeah. Been there. Don't worry. I've been there today. Okay, good down tilt. This is good. Nice. Okay, he's dead if you grab ledge. Oh, if you hit him. The other thing here, I will say, same thing with like when we were talking about combo enders. I was saying usually it's back air, or usually it's nair, S smash, or up B that ends a combo. Here you got an awkward back air. I'm assuming you obviously didn't mean to do it, but again, you go in and you go for a hit immediately off of it, right? Maybe a better fox here lands, and they hold down here, right? So now all of a sudden, if they're holding down, that's like a super non-tipper down tilt.
Yeah, and I'm like approaching down tilt.
Right? And it's like, by the time you're starting here, you're not reacting. You're just doing it, right? So it's why you got to be really careful about like, when you drop a combo, especially, like don't just go in. Because Marth struggles with approaching, right? He can do it.
Yeah.
He's really good at it if he plays it right, but he's not by default the approacher in this matchup. You see what I'm saying? Here you just caught you going in. But again, like you could have hit him here, right? Like if you like just played evasive, like instead of like just doing dash dancing, you could get a wave dash back here. You could hit him. You could grab him first. Like that's just something you get a feel for, right? And that's what Cody is really, really good at. He just has a sixth sense in that spot.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, swinging on the tick.
Yep.
Again.
And it's like, okay, swinging on the tech isn't the worst thing, right? But it's like having the willingness to like, I think what you're doing here is what you should do, which is like you run up and you set yourself as best as you can to cover it, right? That S smash is like, if you timed it a little better, it would hit. But like here, the situation changes depending on how close you're able to get when you're tech chasing, right? If you're right on top of them or like just a little bit closer, like here, what you're doing is perfect, right? But the fact that you're here, all you're looking for now is, do they fuck up? Like let's say you're like slightly closer and F smash will hit them on tech in place. Do they fuck up enough where they either give me a free F smash on tech in place or roll in, or do they roll away? If they roll away or they get up attack or whatever, like you're unsure, you need to be comfortable playing for that unreactable dash dance distance again.
Yeah.
All that was just untimed, right? But like that is the main problem with like you swinging there,
Okay. Yeah.
because this is the same thing, right? And you do actually back off, because last time you got hit, you got Pavlov dogged here. Here you back off the second you're there. Again, granted, swing, but like it was the right idea, because like you probably thought he was gonna go in, right? So the setup was good. Same thing, exact same thing there, right? You do the wave dash back, which is a good thing, but again, you just a little antsy, think he's gonna go in. I should be fair, he does after it, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like fucking 200.
But here, you just get close to him, kind of no reason, but like whatever. I'm not hating on it. He's invincible. Also, there's not a great answer, but just in general, right? This for the dash dance is too close. You want to be further away a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, like micro spacing a little bit. That was good. And I feel like you got this because you landed with forward air out of it, right? Forward air into dash back, so you don't get punished for the forward air, right? But like this is what I mean. You don't need the forward air to get a grab like this.
Yeah.
You can just bait them with a wave dash, bait them with a down tilt, bait them with like a mini dash dance in place. It's the same thing, you know? Here too. You get the down tilt. Imagine this down tilt is like a forward air that you just whiffed, right? Wave dash back, forward air them. Like, and it's the same idea. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's all from like the same distance. If you notice, like, trying to show it off here, where you get the up grab on the up smash, right? He's here. You're here. Dash back here, right? That's the same distance like a down tilt could hit, right? Watch.
Yeah.
You hit the down tilt. He's here. You're here. It's barely enough between the two of you. But you back off and he goes in, and then all of a sudden, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, that's just tough. You got caught dashing in here.
Yeah.
It's just dashing in. Like, that's all this is just you getting caught dashing in, which is not bad. But like what you did after you dropped it was good. You didn't go in here like you've been doing. You did a tomahawk and played the range, which was good. You just got caught dashing in after. Small mistake. Like, okay, there you got away with the S smash, which is like, it's a mix up, whatever. Down tilt. This is dead if you go out there. Here,
okay.
yeah, here you gotta way dash off.
Yeah, because they can't.
There.
Yeah, like they can't do anything there.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. And then same thing here, right? If you, he has a double jump here, right? So you just stand at the ledge, wait. Second he double jumps, you jump with him, and you're just following him down. Because if he does this, you can react and double jump out and hit him. And if he does a side B, you just forward air in place.
Okay.
And he has nothing to make it back.
Yeah.
Okay, good mix up. You're in the corner now, which is tough. Yeah. I'm not going to lie. It's not talked about. It was talked about, I think, on commentary, like maybe twice ever. Marth with Marth after he kills someone on FD, actually really, really bad with invincibility.
Yeah,
he's not good. Like, now that they got rid of ledge grab limit, which, like, to be fair, I think that's a good change of the game. But that was the answer for Marth. I'm not gonna lie, it was ledge camp because it's so hard to get him off.
Yeah, that too. I dropped that edge guard. I'm like, go out there.
This one's harder though, I will say. What you should have done here could have been an F smash, or you like run off and you keep forward airing, right?
Yeah.
Because like you're landing with it, it's a good spot for that.
Definitely.
But like if you stay here, if you just stand still, you could jab also, like knock him off at an awkward angle. But you back off, and then that doesn't let you cover the immediate, right? You got to be always looking for immediate side B against Fox, which is like hard. You got caught double jumping, right? This was scary. This one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, this is also tough too. This is a really important spot. Do you ever do wiggle out? Let's see if you do. No, you don't. Do you know about wiggling out?
Uh-huh.
Okay. What I would say, whenever you get hit by like a dash attack like this, or back air, sorry. Back air, dash attack or back air, they kind of send to that awkward, like just right up above diagonal to Fox angle. Because you're so away from Fox here, the answer will always be just drift back and forward air, right? But the way you can make this easier so that you don't get hit by this whiff punish up smash, if you wiggle out here and start fast falling, if you fast fall, ideally you have enough space between you and Fox in front of you where you can throw out a retreating forward air, which you can't punish based on neutral, right? It's like here, because you're like falling slow, you give him time to get in there. If you fast fall at an L cancel, he can't get this dash attack.
Okay.
But yeah, before you can like dash back or put your shield up or whatever. But yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I know we kind of mostly just talked about spacing, so I know not like concrete, like actionable homework kind of thing. But do you have questions about the spacing things we've been talking about, like the unreactable range, the like how to get a grab, how to play in it, like anything like that?
No, I think I get it, and I do see like a lot of the mistakes, like the general mistakes I end up making, that end up costing me.
One thing I haven't talked about, which I think like can maybe help you like just try something new and play around in it a little more. Crouch cancel in that range is also particularly strong, which like adds on to like the down tilt thing. Like you can just crouch cancel out of a down tilt there, right? But I think if you force yourself to play without like a specific move, let's say, like some people are always like, oh, I think like forward air is actually like really, really bad for Marth. Like you shouldn't do it because you get reversaled, or like I don't like doing, I'm just throwing out an example, like I don't like doing like down tilts here because they just jump over it every time, right? I find, I'm trying to make an analogy here. Do you ever play people when like you're up a lot, or like you're down, or they're making a comeback or whatever, and like you just kind of stop doing certain things because you're like scared you're gonna get hit by it? Does that make sense? Like, I was watching one of my friends today. He was up 4 stocks to 1 on a game, right? And he went down. He was getting come back on. And to be fair, like he lost, which like sucked. But like why I think he lost, like he's like the first 2 stocks are like whatever. His last 2 stocks, he really started fucking up because he was just dash dancing really well before. He was getting like really good like scraps with like back air and nair. He's a Fox player, I should clarify.
Okay.
Doing like a lot of really good like instant aerials, really good dash dance for grabs and stuff, right? And then just all of a sudden he starts losing because he starts going defensive mode. Like he starts full hopping a lot. He starts rolling. He's not like fucking up his tech skill. He's just doing different stuff because he's scared now, right?
Yeah.
I feel like that is like so common for like this neutral thing that we're talking about, for people to like get hit for using a move once and then they just stop using it entirely. When more often than not, the real problem is like they either picked the wrong thing to do, like I'm gonna do a nair here instead of like doing something else, or it's their spacing and like setup that they had before they did the move was just wrong from the get-go, right? Which that one, the later part of what I just said, the like spacing and just knowing that the setup is wrong, is harder, I think, to think about while you're playing. But I think it's really easy to see when you're watching yourself play back, right?
Yeah.
What I would say for like actionable homework, which like it's VOD review on your own, but like I think this would like help you like find spots for what we're talking about more, other than just like noticing, oh yeah, there's a gap between the two of us here. I should do XYZ, because like that's not helpful. Like you're playing rock paper scissors still.
Yeah.
You could ask yourself, just for movement alone, if you're gonna keep doing the same moves that you're doing, because I mean you have your own game plan, right? Like, do you think play a rock paper scissors of movement? Is a dash back better here? Is a wave dash better here? Or should I crouch cancel? And like crouch cancel, you can just think of it as like stay in place, right? So it's like, do I move back and actually move back? Do I move back and like keep facing them, or do I just stay there, right? Because at any point you can go forward, but I like that's kind of the thing you're scared about all the time with Marth, is going forward, because it's not that strong with him, right?
Yeah.
So you can kind of make it easy, be like, which one of these three more defensive movement techniques is easier to hit him with, right? And that's kind of what I would look at when you're playing, especially on like FD. The platforms make it more difficult, obviously, but like from someone like Fox's perspective, like if he wants to approach Marth, he has to hope that they're not gonna like grab him, down tilt him, F smash him, and that's it for an approach. Otherwise, he's just getting around what he thinks Marth would do defensively, which is usually movement or a down tilt or a retreating aerial, right? So it's like that is kind of what you're looking for. IMO. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes sense. Like the TLDR of what I'm saying is like watch your movement and like ask yourself, like, could I do anything else for movement here that would make it better, where you could reasonably like play in a range where you can still react, right? Obviously sometimes you don't want to fully react, but I think for the most part here, you're not setting up yourself to react. You're getting to a certain spot and then just going in, you know? So that's kind of how you can fix that, I think. But
yeah. Look for movement. Yeah, and I think that sounds helpful. I'm like trying to work on my movement. I don't know. I'm like trying to work on everything, obviously. You know?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Like, I guess just not playing like the rock paper scissors, but playing it in the way where I'm trying to get better at realizing what my opponent is going for, and weighting it to that to be like, okay, they are going for this.
Yeah.
Them specifically, and playing the player to player.
Yeah. I think the way you get there is you get better control of the stage or like the match that's happening in front of you, you know? So like, the way you get there is like you set up positions where you can kind of make that calculation, you know? And like what is hard is like some people, like some Fox players, I think Fox is like a better analogy, but like some Fox players look at that and they're like, okay, well, that's what happens out of like a tech chase. And they only think about that way in like punish, right? Like which way are they going to go? How do I cover it all? Whatever. And like Puff players kind of think of it like the opposite, right? They're like strictly looking at neutral for the most part, because they don't really have like, unless they're like fishing for like tech chase rest, right? But it's like most of their combos are just like DI mix-ups. It's nothing deeper than that, right? So it's like all of their calculated decision-making is there. I think Marth has both, thankfully, which is like, it makes it fun but also hard. But like for what I've seen from you today, the biggest struggle is the neutral part of it, right? Where it's like, there are a lot of points where, like I can see it easily because I've played it enough where I know like what spots are unreactable or what aren't. But like I can tell like based on what options the characters have here, you're not reacting, you're just doing something, right? Whether it's like aggressive or defensive. So I think the way you like find spots easier, and I'm not trying to say like I know just like for the example's sake for the lesson, like I'm just saying, hey, here you could have done it, here you could have done it, here you could have done it. But like when you're watching it, like the way you're actually going to learn is like you find one on your own, and like you kind of just get a feel for it. So that's why I think the VOD analysis thing is like helpful for that, because you know how to look for it, and then you get an idea of like, okay, this is one spot I can control stuff, and then I can make that decision, which like I know doesn't give you like the answer right now, but it gives you the tool to like figure it out
Yeah.
when you're playing, which is like all that actually matters. So
Okay.
yeah. Okay.
I get it.
Okay. I'll stop the recording here.